Hello, everybody. Surprise, it's a pop-up live. I am here, ready to take your questions, do some 3-3 portal readings. Happy Monday. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Got some cards ready to go. Let me know if you have a question. Let me know how you're doing. We are finally in the plus digits, my friends. I'm happy to report. It has been absolutely crazy weather here. Freezing cold. Last night it was minus 22. That was the actual temperature. That's not even counting the wind chill. So it's been cold, but we're in the pluses today. So the snow is melting. Thank goodness. We still have a 5-foot high blanket of snow covering our entire backyard. So we need more plus temperatures to melt that. Anyway. So, how's everybody doing? I see that some people are here, but nobody's saying anything. So I'll continue to talk to myself. That's okay. I'm not sure if you guys want the garden or if you want cards. Hi, Rose. I did this morning. I did have to cancel this morning. Well, reschedule this morning. We had snow falling off the roof. We have a steel roof on our house, or a metal roof, whatever you want to call it. And when the snow comes off the roof, it is extremely loud, and it scared the dog. And she was barking her face off, hiding under my lap. So I had to deal with her. Hi, Fatima. How you doing? Oh, this thing is just not going to sit where it needs to sit. I have to do some adjustments here. That's not going to hold it. Anywho, so I am, as you can see, the name of the channel has changed to Kelly's True North Tarot. And what's interesting with the name change, let me move my keyboard back. Sorry, guys. I'm usually way more organized, but so True North, obviously tapping into my Canadian roots, and the spiritual meaning behind True North means that you are empowered. And as I said in my video that I did on the weekend, I sort of feel like that's what this journey has led me to. And so there you have it. So let's talk about the 3-3 portal, because the 3-3 portal is really interesting. So it is known as... Where did all my stuff go here? So today marks the 3rd, right? It's a celestial alignment, which creates what is known as the 3-3 portal. It carries the vibration of the angel number 333, making it a time of divine guidance, creativity, and alignment with our higher consciousness. And so we are here Well, good for you, Rose. I'm sorry to hear that your dad's on a cane now. Glad that he's still driving well. Hi, Kim. So, 3-3 portal, right? I set it for 3 p.m. It's the 3rd of March. There's a lot of crazy energies out there, a lot of craziness in this world. So, let's see if we can shed some light for our own personal selves so that we can, navigate this time. Let me know if you want a reading, whether you want cards or whether you want the garden, and we'll sort of go from there. Okie dokie. Oh, sorry to hear that, Russ. Yeah, like I feel that same way too, Kim. I feel great today. So I'm glad that this portal is affecting me in a positive way. I feel kind of empowered, I want to say today, without sounding, corny. I don't want to turn this into a political thing, but being from Canada, I am, I've been very stressed and very upset about this constant threat of, Canada becoming the 51st state. And apparently there was something on some show that was talked about in different shows where I guess Peter Navarro, I think his name is, and I could be wrong. I'm not sure if that's even correct, but that's what that's what the report said. That he was, erasing the lines of the border, and all this talk of annexing Canada and all of that kind of stuff. It's just it's very stressful. And then of course the tariffs, like they're on, they're off, they're on, they're off, they're on, they're off. It's very stressful, and you guys are dealing with your own situation in America. And so the point being that today, I don't feel sort of down by that information. I sort of feel empowered to do something in regards to that, if that makes sense. Oh, cool, Kim. All right, so Kim wants a reading. Kim, do you want cards or do you want the garden? So the garden is the crystals. If you've never seen me do that before, you let me know. Rose says, I don't know how to start the talk of my moving in. I even pay rent, just be there. I think you just have to say, how you feel. Right? Just be honest. That would be my advice. You want crystals? You got it. All right. This is for Kim. For Kim. All right. So your sodalite, which is your clarity, has landed in future. Okay. So we'll start with that. I say that. Now I must find it. There we are. So ideas planted at this time will flourish. Wonderful. 3/3 portal. Use the energy of the portal to manifest your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. Let's now go to the orange calcite, which has landed in the element of fire. Your orange calcite is your mind, right? And this says, do not become tied to false energy of the past. So to me, if you have tried something before and it didn't work out, or if there feels like this sense of like familiarity, like, oh, I'm repeating a cycle or something of that nature, like, or maybe it's just like taking a step, is fearful and you talk yourself out of it. There's that kind of vibe with these two stones, right? Which is why the manifestation is important, especially using this day as your energy. Now you've got the grounding stone, your spirit stone, and your body stone that has sort of landed in the element of fire, but also touching on others. So we're going to go to the body first, okay? You can see the body is right here. The body in the element of fire, embody your past, okay? So let's say that you had an exercise regimen, or you took an exercise class. Maybe you used to go to a yoga class. Maybe you used to, go for a walk. There's something that you used to do in the past that helps your body feel more alive, more energized, more aligned. Now, it's also touching a bit on earth. So we're going to read that as well for you. And earth is physical changes coming. So if you can tap into something that you know that worked for you in the past, that may assist with your overall energetic vibe going forward. Okay, let's go to the grounding. Grounding has landed in fire. And that is, honestly, I need my eyes checked. I can't see you guys. That says, what does this say? I can't even see it. Oh my gosh. I need assistance. It's the lighting here. Clarification comes from dealing with your pain. So this to me is tied directly to the body. Something that you've done in the past that is going to help center and align, i.e. ground, right? It's also landed in a little bit in water, so we're going to read that. This says grounding changes are settling into long-term patterns. So whatever this thing is going to do, whatever this thing is that you used to do. So I see that you say here, I need to start running again. So let's just say that running did, ABC for you, right? Made you feel physically active. It helped with your sleep. It helped with stress management. Those things will carry over, right? You will become more balanced, more centered, because everything else sort of falls into place with that, if that makes sense. Now, the last one is the amethyst, which is your spirit. Okay, and it is landed right on the line between fire and earth. So we'll read fire first. And that says, thoughts from past clouding or enlightening ideas. So there's something here that either feels familiar, something that you've done before that is sort of creeping up and sort of catching you by surprise and saying, hey, who do you think you are? You can't do that. Like, it's that kind of feeling for me. There's something that's holding you back, whether you're conscious of it or not, is another thing. Now let's go to Earth. Okay, so Earth says for spirit transforming, but not yet finished. So in order to get over the hump, as I like to call it, right, we're going to embody our past, which means to me, in my way of thinking, that you're going to take something that you did in your past that you know that worked for you, for your lifestyle, and you're going to tweak it so that it continues to work for you, right? You're going to sort of revisit it, if you will, with a new sort of sense of inspiration and purpose. You're going to manifest your hopes and your desires. And between those two things, the result of becoming more active again and being therefore more grounded and more aligned and having clearer thinking is only going to help you with the manifestation of making your dreams come true. That's what I've got for you. So this month seems like it's going to be very forward thinking and actively pursuing a dream. I want to pull 2 cards for you here. Hi, Mary. By the way, sorry I didn't say hi to you. I just seen your name on the screen there. Whoop. All right. That one fell out. And you've got boots. Long journey. Speaking of running, right? Boots and long journey. I sort of feel like the long journey, if I was being honest, is not the journey that you're about to take, but the journey that you've been on. It feels like not stuck per se, but just hesitant. I feel there's a hesitancy here. Like you just need that final sort of push. I just want to pull one more card here for you. Yeah. You gotta love it when spirit cooperates. You've got surrender. So whatever that thing is, and you may not even be aware of the thing that's holding you back, or that you feel hesitant about going there again, right? Maybe it's like, you got more responsibility now than you, or whatever, than you had before. You've got less time now than you had before, and you don't want to commit. Maybe it's a question of finances, right? You don't want to spend money and get like a new runner's outfit and new sneakers or whatever the case may be. It's that kind of thing. There's some kind of little hump that you need to get over. But the whole idea of tapping into the past is to pull and extract what you can from the past. What about that made you feel good? What about that worked? Bring that forward, and whatever didn't, find a way around it. That's what the manifestation of today is about. So I hope that helped, my friend. That was a great reading for you for March. Anybody else? Or this is going to be a really short live. Anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah, my husband came home and unexpectedly, because the snow was falling off the roof and the dog was barking her face off, and she's been so upset lately because the snow has been falling off like crazy. and crashing to the ground. Honestly, it sounds like the house is going to cave in. And so my husband came home, and so he's out there with her. And here's Quincy. Quincy, no, 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 honey. You cannot say hi to everybody, but you've got to go. You cannot sit here. No, get out. Get down. Get down. Out. Thank you. Good grief. Don't put your claws into the cloth. Okay, Rose, I got you, love. Kim says, I wear boots and have been on a spiritual and actual journey. I drove to Northern California in November to visit 2 of my sons. Then I drove back in December. I love driving. I love that, Kim. Good for you. You're very welcome, my friend. I'm glad that it resonates. I'm glad it makes sense. That is what I'm here for. All right, Rose, do you want the garden or do you want cards, hon? You let me know. Do me a favor, you guys, and I mean this with all sincerity. For whatever reason, I am dropping subscribers like people change their underwear. So I would really appreciate it if you could help me out by making sure that you hit that thumbs up and possibly leaving a comment under this video. That would be really helpful. Rose, which one do you want, cards or crystal stuff? You let me know. I choose. Okie dokie. I'm going to do cards for you. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot. All right, so the first card out is the Knight of Cups. Feeling a little bit sensitive. Wearing your heart on your sleeve. As you said, you're not sure how to approach that topic with your parents. So you're feeling that, right? You're sort of like, I don't want to say you're all in your feels, but it's sort of like that, right? Then you've got the Two of Pentacles trying to make decisions, trying to prioritize and keep things balanced. Hi, Ellen. Yep, unexpected live, my friend. Unexpected live. All right, so these 3 cards now have... or no, you got more than that. You've got the 4 of Swords. You know, I don't want to sound trite when I say this, but like when we worry about stuff, when we are concerned about stuff, when we keep, you know, playing it over in our head, it doesn't change the situation. It only stresses us out. So take a rest, take a break, give your mind like a rest, right? Take a moment. You've got the King of Cups. You know, you're coming from a good place. You're coming from a place of love and compassion, which is, it could be why you're feeling a little sensitive right now. You've got the 4 of Wands, which is, you know, this lovely card of joy and blessings, being surrounded by your soul tribe, and your outcome is the Ace of Wands. So you have new starts, new possibilities, new desires, new passions, you know, surrounded by the people that you love. Just make sure that you take care of yourself. And on the bottom of the deck, look at that Ace of Swords. Okay. Stand in your truth. Having sort of like those aha kind of moments where right now things might not make sense, or you're not sure how to do it, right? Because you've got these guys here, right? These two cards here. But if you sort of walk away and come back when you feel like your mind is working better, in other words, don't spend every hour of every day thinking about this. If it was meant to be, it will work out. Use the energy of today to manifest what it is that you want and leave it up to the universe, right? In other words, don't stress about it, because according to these cards, it's all going to work out. You've got the King of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. It's all going to work out as it should. Let's throw... Sorry. I should have closed my drapes before I did this. The glare is so bad on my screen. Ellen says, I'm at work and I can't stay, but could you add me to the list and I'll check it later? Absolutely, Ellen. Thank you for popping in, and I hope you have a good afternoon, what's left of it, at work. Yeah, of course, Rose. I get that. Look at that. You see that, Rose? Look at that. Barry's sweet surprise. Use the energy of today to manifest what it is that you want. Set your intentions. Ellen, let me know if you want cards or crystals, love, and I'll do it right at the end. And I will say your name, so you'll know. I'll do it right at the end. Just let me know if you want cards or crystals. Hopefully that makes sense to you, Rose. You let me know in the comments, love. You know, I was just thinking, I don't know what birth sign your dad is, but that King of Cups could also be your dad. And how much he would appreciate you being there. Right? Because that's what that's all about. It's all about love. He's a Leo, so he's not a cup. He's a fire sign. It was just a thought. But I think that that's what that energy is. I think that it will serve you just as much as them for you to be there with them, if that makes sense. I get it, Rose. I'm not trying to take this, into my own personal life. But so when my mom was sick, quick story. So my mom, in November of 2011. She died in March 2012. November of 2011. She was rushed into hospital. Her lung collapsed. Now, they didn't know that at the time when she was rushed in. They thought she had a heart attack. And so we all got called to the hospital and so on and so forth. And when my mom was released from there, she had 2 different operations. It was like a 2-part operation. And she was in there for a total of 3 weeks. And when she came out, she went home and she was permanently now on oxygen. And she was sent home without any kind of healthcare, any kind of nurse or whatever, like support person, right? Her husband is 12 years older than her and is partially deaf. So like the smoke alarm, the doorbell, like the alarm on the oven, he can't hear any of those things. So, okay, so my mom's at home. I go to visit, and this is when I find out that he, my mom's husband, has refused any kind of support, nurse, whatever, to come into the house to look after her, to check on her, etc. And I threw a fit. And so I said, here's the deal. It's either me or it's the healthcare people. Make a decision, because you can't be left alone. Obviously, your whole life has changed coming out of the hospital, right? With this new sort of situation that you find yourself in, and like you make a decision, and so I did it in like a bull in a china shop way. I had no right to do that, and I don't regret what I did. I felt like I had to do what I did at the time, but there's a way to handle that, and there's a way not to handle it, and I definitely handled it in a bull in a china shop way. And so the reason I share that is because of that King of Cups, that there's love there, there's compassion, and it's like you all want the same things, but no one's saying anything. So I think that if you just let them know how you're feeling and that you just want to help, that it will work out as you hope it will. So that's why I share that. All right, anybody else want a reading while I'm here? Take advantage of me. Take advantage of me. Let me know if you want a reading. Oh, I'm wiggling. I'm jiggling my legs. I didn't realize that my whole thing is wiggling here. I have to iron this cloth out, you guys. It's all like discombobulated. All right, no one else wants a reading? It's a very short life. You may have to move because of new owners. That's unfortunate. Hi, Isadora. Sure, love. Do you want the garden or do you want cards? You let me know. We're doing 3/3 portal readings today, but that'll answer your question for your spirit guides. You're welcome, Rose. Want the garden? Sure thing. Sure thing. It's so crooked. It's driving me crazy. All right, what does Isadora need to know for March? All right, let's start with your Fuchsite, which landed in present up here. That's for your body. And present is quite simply put at this time. Let's move on and see if that message makes more sense as we go. Your sodalite has landed on the element of air. Sodalite, again, is your mental clarity. Okay? Be sure your thoughts are clear. Now we go to your orange calcite, and that is false. That's what that tile is called. Your orange calcite is your mind. And what it says is mind is misleading. Okay, so now we're going to move to amethyst, and I'll regroup all this for you. Right, now we go to fire for your spirit, which is the amethyst. The element of fire, that is. Thoughts from your... Thoughts from your past clouding or enlightening ideas. Okay, Now we move to your grounding stone, which is your pyrite here, which also landed in the element of fire. And that says clarification comes from dealing with your past. So I feel like something that you went through that you thought you had dealt with, that you thought was over, has either come up again, or there's something about it that is like you've been triggered by it, or something, right? There's an element of the past that is sort of, coming up to the surface, which is affecting everything. And that's why we started with at this time. So I'm going to just pull a couple of cards for you. Now, what's important to remember beyond what I've said here is that today is the 3-3 portal. So use the energy of today to manifest, to get clarity, right? To realign, to set your intentions. Wow, that flew out. Do you see what that says? Look at that. You can't make this stuff up. Owl and getting clarity. Now, Isadora, I don't know what you went through specifically. I have a fair idea. I don't want you to say anything. But I want you to think about it in terms of like grief, right? Any kind of loss is a loss, and it needs to be understood that it is a loss and that it will come in waves, such as, grief does. And it can hit you, on the anniversary or on the birthday or on a holiday. And it can happen, like on a Tuesday because you watched a particular commercial. There doesn't have to be a reason sometimes. And I'm not trying to make this about myself. I'm only trying to explain, and I explain through tapping into my lived experiences. My mother has been gone now for almost 13 years. And I still have difficulty grasping that sometimes. Okay? One more card for you here, Isadora. So, you need to give yourself lots of grace. And when I say that, what I mean is, if you understand that it's going to come in waves, you can give yourself grace, meaning you're not going to beat yourself up. You're not going to, set the bar too high for yourself. When you have one of those moments, when you have one of those days, you're going to give yourself grace. And when you don't, you're going to be okay. Don't give up. Don't give into it. But do give yourself some grace. And like I said, use this time to try to get more clarity. One more card, please, Spirit. Thank you. All right, so the first card that we got out is Abundance. Now, of course, this is shaped like coins. I don't know that this is necessarily coins. I feel like this is abundance of, in terms of like hope, right? I am filled with hope. I am filled with joy. I am filled with gratitude. I have that in abundance. When you're good and you're having a good day and everything is working as it should, you know this, you live this, you experience this. When things aren't going so great is when you feel like this might be upside down, right? And again, that's why we need this clarity. You've got strength. Do you see what this is to me? I mean, besides they look like Christmas colors, to me, this is about hope. This is about faith. And I say that, and I mean that. Think back 6 months ago, a year ago, and realize and recognize what you've just been through, right? You've dealt with it. You're on the other side of it. In other words, you have more than you realize, and you have more strength than you give yourself credit for. Again, I say, give yourself grace. And through that grace, you will find clarity. So this month of March is all about you navigating the ups and the downs, the roller coaster, and pulling out the lessons to help you maintain this feeling of joy and blessings, this feeling of strength, and this understanding that leads you to clarity. Okay? That's what I've got for you. I hope that helps, Isadora. Sorry you're still going through that. Rose says, I woke up mad and crying every day the first 3 months after my son passed. Yeah. I still have dreams about my mom, right? And the thing is that everyone's journey is unique, and no two journeys are the same, and everybody is going to navigate that in their own way. There is no right way and there is no wrong way. However, having said that, if you're having difficulty, try to reach out, get some support, get some help, find a friend that you can talk to, find maybe there's a book that you can read, or check out of the library, something that's going to help. A therapist, journal, do a release ceremony, find positive or inspirational or motivational quotes, stick them all around the house. There's lots of things that you can do to sort of help yourself stay in the right light if you feel that you're sort of teetering, right? And if you do those a couple of times a day or a couple of times a week, you can sort of develop like a routine, if you will, where that becomes just part of what you do every day, like you make a coffee and eat breakfast and etc., right? Absolutely, your son watches over you, Rose. Absolutely. I can't imagine that kind of pain. I witnessed both of my aunts lose their firstborn sons, and it was tragic and horrifying to see people that I loved hurt so deeply. And I mean, I've said this, many times. It in my opinion, it stole their life from them. And it's hard for all concerned, because nobody knows what to do, or the right thing to say, or whatever the case may be. But also just watching someone that you love hurt so deeply, because you know that you can't do anything to help them, right? Except for try to support them. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Truly, I can't. So I'm very sorry for that, for that pain that you've been through. But absolutely, he watches over you for sure. All right, who else? I mean, there's other people here. Let me know if you guys want a reading. I did something that I never really do. So I was starving, right? And I don't normally even eat lunch, but I was hungry. And so I decided to make like dinner for lunch. And then when my husband said he was going to come home, I was like, oh, okay, so I'll sort of like make dinner for lunch. Oh my God. And I don't normally eat before I read, but holy cow, you guys. I ate like plateful. I made this, like, I made meatballs and pasta, and oh my gosh, it was so good. Yummers. So the point is that it's been a day of unexpected surprises, is kind of what I'm saying. I didn't expect to be live at this time. I didn't expect my husband to come home. I didn't expect to be able to sort of make dinner for lunch. And so it's all good. Oh, I absolutely did. I absolutely did. Hi, what a lovely day. I love your name. I absolutely did need the nourishment, Isadora. I ate it all too. I did not leave a speck of any kind of leftover on my plate. To the dog's disappointment, I might add. Rosie was here in a heartbeat looking for scraps. Oh my God, Rose, that's awful. I did not know that. I'm so sorry. My goodness. Holy cow. I can't imagine, my friend. I'm so sorry. What a lovely day says, I would love to know if I have any LGBTQ ancestors or not. I am a lesbian myself. Thank you. I don't know that I can answer that question, in all honesty. What a lovely day. But first and foremost, thank you for sharing that. And secondly, what we're doing today, just so that you know, we're doing 3/3 portal readings. So I'm happy to do a reading for you, and we can see what we get from that. So yeah, so I can do the gardens, which is the crystals that I throw into this cloth here, or I can do cards. You let me know what you would prefer, or I can do both for you if you want, meaning a couple of cards in the crystals. See, now you've asked that question, and now I want to know. So I have my pendulum here. I can ask my pendulum. I don't know that you're going to be able to see it on the camera, though, in the angle that I have it set up. So the way that the pendulum works, if you want to know what a lovely day. So the pendulum, if it swings like north and south, that's a yes. If it swings east and west, that's a no. And if it sort of turns in a circle, it's unsure. Okay. I don't hold my pendulum up in the air. I kind of keep it close to the ground. So I hope that you can see this okay. All right. Do I have permission to dose, please, Spirit? See it moving, yes and no? Thank you. Am I fully aligned to my higher self, please, Spirit? Thank you. Am I fully protected, Spirit? Thank you. Does What a Lovely Day have ancestors that are from the LGBTQ community? Do you see that? That's a yes. Thank you, Spirit. Now, here's the interesting thing, and this I do know, or at least I believe this. If you ask that question, there's a reason why you asked it. You don't need to share it here, but you must have felt that or sensed it, or you have some information or some knowledge, and that's why you asked. So I hope that acts as some sort of confirmation for you that your spidey senses, we'll call it, were working. All right, what does What a Lovely Day need to know for March, please, Spirit? All right. So this is how it works. I'll tell you the stone, I'll tell you the tile, and then I'll read the message that coordinates, okay? And then I'll sort of sum it all up at the end. Your sodalite, which is your mental clarity, landed in the element of fire. Okay, so that stone is this message. Use the ideas that you carry from your past. Oh my God. You know what? Spirit is amazing. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is going to totally help. Whatever knowledge you have, What a Lovely Day, this is going to help, I hope. Based on this first message we have, okay? By the way, like, this is all of the tile. I have no connection to this. I did not create this. I didn't make it. I just really enjoy using this as a divination tool. So, in the element of fire, for your sodalite, which is your mental clarity, the tile message is: use the ideas that you carry from your past and past lives for a solution. Like, you can't make that up considering what you asked. That's crazy. All right, moving on, Kelly, moving on. I get so riled up when Spirit helps like that. Your sodalite, or sorry, your fuchsite, which is your body, has landed between the element of fire and the element of water. So we will read fire first. And it says, embody your past. For water, it says, helps with grounding elements. So something that you have done previously in terms of your body has assisted you with grounding. So let's say that you used to go for walks. Let's say that you used to, carve out time. Maybe you used to go swimming. Something that was grounding. Hiking. Bird watching. Something of that nature is something that you need to sort of revisit. Okay? Your orange calcite, which is your mind, has landed in the element of water. Orange calcite in water is let go of limitations. So between these two, something is holding you back, which I have to be honest, this whole thing feels like you're holding yourself back a little bit. Like you're not letting, I don't want to say you're not letting your true self out, but there's some hesitancy here. It's like you're like, ooh, I don't know if you think about what you do before you do it, or something like that. Okay. Your grounding element, or your grounding stone, sorry, is the pyrite, and that landed in true. And grounding in true says seeing clearly. So this whole reading is about you being able to see clearly so that you can let go of those limitations, not hold yourself back, not be so guarded. I don't know if it's a protective mechanism, a defense mechanism. I understand that your experiences in life may be such that people have not made it easy for you to express yourself as you would hope to. And for that, I am deeply sorry. I'm just going to pull a couple of cards for you. Bye, Rose. Have a good day, love. Thanks for being here. Okay, I said a couple. Okay, so do you see this here? Sweet surprise. Okay. Safe and secure. These three popped out. Ambitious goals. You're writing this, and I'm pulling the cards over, right? It's like you're doing your own reading. I kind of dig it. It's kind of cool. We've got climbing and moving up. You're on your way, love. You're on your way. Horse and freedom to move. I mean, oh my God, I'm going to cry. This is so beautiful. I have total chills all up and down me. So something that you used to do is going to help sort of, you know, have your feet firmly planted on the ground. It's, you know, like an aha moment. It's like when everything sort of clicks, all your stars align, whatever kind of verbiage you want to put on it. It's one of those kind of moments. It doesn't have to be big. It can be very, very tiny. So you have to be present so you don't miss it, right? And use the energy of today to set that intention that you're going to allow yourself the grace to recognize that moment when it comes, right? That's what today is all about. This excessive energy. I don't know how spiritual you are, but I would suggest that you could do something like a release ceremony, okay? And a release ceremony can be done multiple different ways, but just as an example, you can go outside if you happen to be able to be outside near like a fire pit, or you can even light a candle in the house, and you can say something simple like a prayer, or just speak to the universe and ask that anything that is negative, any kind of weight that is holding onto you to be released into the universe. You know, so in other words, what no longer serves me, I release it and I invite joy in. My heart is open. And then, of course, you say thank you in a prayer, and that's that. And the idea is that, you know, the weight, the negativity, the sadness, the past experiences, the, you know, trauma, grief, whatever it may be, is released from you. You can do those as often as you need to. It's sort of like a regular maintenance program, if you will, not to be ridiculous. But I do them. I have anxiety panic disorder, so I do them often. So that's something that you can do on a day like today. It's beautiful, right? So you can do that and get rid of it, and hopefully feel that weight lift off of you. And once the weight is lifted off, right? I'm going to read these cards the way that I want to make my message. You have the freedom to move, right? Here's the boundaries coming down. Here's the walls coming down. Here's the hesitation starting to fade away, okay? Now we can go back over here to the things that we know that we like, the things that we want to achieve, the things that we love, right? The thing that you used to do in the past that made you feel good, that made you present. Once you sort of come up with that, you then start to feel more safe and secure. In other words, you're creating that foundation underneath yourself to be able to feel empowered, because that's what it's all about, right? You set those goals for yourself, those intentions for yourself, and you start manifesting them, because as you do it, you feel good doing it, right? The more you do, the better you feel, the more you do kind of vibe. You feel like you're achieving something. There's progress that is happening. Oftentimes we beat ourselves up, right? One step forward is amazing. 2 steps forward, but maybe 1 step backwards, and we feel like we need to start all over again. We beat ourselves up because we fell off of some imaginary timeline that we set for ourselves. And all of a sudden we're in failure mode. A step is a step. It doesn't matter whether it was forward or backward. That's your perception, or our perception as people. A step is still growth. There's a reason you step backwards, because you needed to learn something, right? But we don't give ourselves the grace in those moments. And then, and only then, when we recognize and realize that it is growth, is when the sweet surprise happens. Because then, you know, I don't know how old you are, but if you ever seen the Mary Tyler Moore Show at the beginning, you know, when she throws her hat up in the air and love is all around, and it just, like, you just feel buoyant, like you're literally floating or walking on water. When the stuff that used to hold you back is a thing that you can look at and laugh at in the rearview mirror, it's a freeing experience. It's beautiful. This was a lovely reading, and I wasn't going to do all of that, but I go with what I get, and that's what Spirit wanted you to have today. So I'm really glad that you came in and got that. I hope that you find it helpful in some form or fashion. That's lovely. What an exciting month you're going to have, my friend. What an exciting month you're going to have. I almost wish that I could be there to witness it. That's fabulous. Oh, I still have chills. Okay, now I'm going to read all the things that you said. I was paying attention for a short bit. Isadora said way long ago, oh, wow, Kelly, that's awesome. And it was totally, that's so funny. Okay, so you said, I'm only one in my current family. I do have some inkling that maybe one of my great uncles or one of my great grandmothers, of course, in secret. Rose said, I know, wow. So I'm not so grounded. No, that's true. I'm holding myself back. Okay. Fighting limiting beliefs for myself. I put a lot of pressure on myself, even spiritually. I have gifts. Yes. Ha ha ha. Okay, Vera. I have had lots of experiences. Oh, and Kim said goodbye. And Ellen said she would prefer cards. Okay. Do what's good. You fight yourself a lot. You're highly empathic and so feel collective energy. Yes. So linking up with inner child again. Yep. 35. Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, I do. And you're ready for it. Awesome. You know, nothing gives me more joy than when something like that happens, because you have those moments when you do this that there's like a pattern for the read or for the stream, if you whatever you want to call it, where it feels like the same message is being constantly driven home no matter who gets a reading. And then there's other times when someone pops in and asks a question and it's like focused on that person because you really needed it. And I just think that that's beautiful. You're very welcome. I mean, thank you. Here's the thing. You asked the question, the reading's for you. It's not for me. And I feel so like joyful right now that I was able to be the shuffler of the cards and the tosser of the crystals to be able to give that to you. So I'm grateful to you for being here. That was amazing. Thank you, Spirit. You know, I had a past life reading done. So I volunteered for another reader in here on YouTube. so that she could show people the kind of past life readings that she does. And I was like guinea pig, if you will. And in my past life reading, a bunch of things came up. And on the other side of that reading, once I was able to have some time and think about it, the greatest gift of that experience was, and I don't know that this is everybody's experience, this was just my experience, that I walked away having a better understanding of who I was, and all of a sudden I could stop beating myself up and blaming myself for, why do I do this, or why did I do that, or why do I always gravitate towards these types of behaviors, right? I feel like I understood myself in a way that I didn't before, and I was able to like get past it, if that makes sense, in terms of like trying to correct it or fix it. It was very, like, I can't really articulate it well, but it was a powerful experience. Oh, you've seen your past lives? Cool. Had one in Japan, Greece, Egypt, a lot in Asia. You were a scribe in Egypt. Cool. Excuse me. Isadora says she can completely understand. Listen, I don't have anything exciting. I was I have a lot of lives in England, and in one of the lives I was like a scullery maid who ended up as a prostitute, so that's lovely. And thief, which is fantastic. And I was, like an orphan. I was like disowned, and so I had to fend for myself and try to, do things to make money and whatever. And I would seek out people to love me and who understood me, or I felt accepted me. And because I feel this about myself, and I realize I'm like going off on a tangent here, but my whole life I have said that I am happiest when everyone around me is happy, because I feel their energy. I didn't understand that last part until very recently. And I, many times over my life, was said or told that I look at the world through rose-colored glasses. And it almost seemed like it was done in an accusatory way, like I was naive or juvenile because I dared to have hope. And I sort of got my back up about that a little bit. And so when I had this reading and it was revealed to me that there, even in my past life, I was so desperate for attention due to circumstances beyond my control, meaning that I was orphaned and, had no one, that I would give my time and my love and my support to anyone who was kind to me. And sometimes it didn't work out so well, but in the end, coming out of that and having, some time, like I said, to think about it, I wouldn't change anything. It is such a honor and a gift, really, to be empathic and to be able to walk into a room that is filled with joy and experience that, and to feel that vibration. And I wouldn't trade that for anything, especially now that I understand what that is and that it is a thing. And see, that's the point. I didn't know it was a thing before, but I thought that that's just what I could do. You know what I mean? I don't know what it meant or what I could use it for, or anything like that. But yeah, it was quite an eye-opening experience, very powerful. Isidore, what are you saying here? You were a scorer apprentice? That's cool. You've had your spiritually awakening about 3 years ago. I saw my crown chakra open up. Yep. Cool. I mean, I think that we're always still learning, and I have no idea what my abilities are. Here's the one thing that I do know. That for whatever reason that I find myself in this position, I was led here. This wasn't by accident. And for that, I'm very grateful. I am most grateful for that. Doing this, having this channel, having this experience has been such an amazing road. Like, I really don't know how to articulate it better than that. It's just been amazing. And I am not I'm not the best reader out there, but I read from my heart and I care, and I'm not always right, but I'm passionate. So, yeah. Like when I started my channel, I didn't even know then. I didn't even know then. And I wasn't necessarily a tarot channel. I was just here to talk to people and to support people that were struggling in any way, because I didn't want anyone to struggle in the way that I did. And I bought a bunch of oracle cards, and while people were talking to me in exactly the same way that you came in and I started shuffling the cards, and then you started talking in the chat, and all those cards came out, that's exactly what was happening, but I didn't understand it. And many a night I would sit here and I would, shuffle the cards as people were talking, mostly because I smoke and I was trying not to smoke on camera. So I was trying to keep my hands busy, in full disclosure. And people were in the chat, like, you're a reader, Kelly. Like, this isn't by accident that these cards are coming out, basically answering what I just said, or validating what I just said, or whatever. And that went on for months. People like, you're a reader, and I'm like, no, I'm not. It's crazy. I don't know what's happening. And it has just come from there. And what it did for me is, as I said, I have anxiety panic disorder, and that's a whole other thing. But doing this and going from that point where people were saying in the chat, you're a reader, you're connected, etc., and me not fully understanding what that meant, I had to put my faith in it. I had to put my trust in it. And for someone who operates from a place of fear, not trusting anything, that was really difficult for me to do. And so having this channel and having this spiritual journey that I'm on has allowed me to trust myself again. And when I sit down to read, I put literally my cards on the table, right? I just let it flow. And it has allowed me to appreciate the journey, and it has allowed me to find my joy again, and it has allowed me to believe in myself again, and to trust myself, and to trust spirit. And when these kinds of things happen, like when you came in and asked that, or when, Isadora asked her question, or any of the readings that I do, it's just another confirmation for me that I am doing exactly what Spirit wants me to do. Oh, a Sorcerer's Apprentice. Wow, Isadora, that's totally cool. It's okay, love. It's okay. I thought that that's what you meant, but I wasn't sure. So the whole point in me sharing that is just simply put that, we're all learning. We're all, we all have something to give to another and to share with others. And there was a time when I was all, like, ooh, I need to explore this. I need to explore this. I want to know what my gifts are. I've sort of backed away from that. And I think that's because I trust myself when I'm doing, like, when I'm in this place, that Spirit will let me know when it's time, if that makes sense. But because it's very exciting, when you're first, learning and exploring and figuring it out, like the first time that you have some sort of clairvoyant imagery, the first time that you can, your remote view, the first time that you do a reading and someone says, yes, that's exactly it, that's spot on, that resonates, whatever that might be, any one of those experiences, right? It's very exciting. Very exciting indeed. I'm very glad that you popped in. What a lovely day. I hope to see you again. Not telling you to go. I'm just saying I'm really happy to that you came in and to have met you. So now, if no one else has a request for a reading. Oh, do you? That's cool. I have a reading that I need to do for someone that popped in that left, Ellen, before I turn this off. And so if you guys want to listen to that, that's okay. I think I'm going to do cards for Ellen. Whoops. Sorry about all the noise. All right, Ellen, this is for you, love. When you're done work. All right, so you've got the Five of Wands, Ellen, to start. A little bit of conflict happening. You've got the Seven of Wands, feeling challenged. Got a lot of fire energy here, Ellen. you've got the Four of Wands next. So seeking some support, finding like-minded people, finding your spot. So whatever this conflict is, right? You're working through it. You're going to get to a place where it feels comfortable again. I don't know why we keep having cards turn over in the middle of the deck here. Knight of Pentacles, making a plan and going after it. You've got the Five of Swords. So this is your challenge, this Five of Swords. This, I want to say woulda, shoulda, coulda kind of vibe is what it feels like to me. So you have some conflict, you feel challenged by it, you find some support and find that foundation that makes you feel like hopeful again. Then you get yourself back on track and you start heading like sort of out of the woods, if you will. And then you've got this doubt that sort of comes in. Kick that doubt right to the curb. You've got the Page of Wands, right? Find a way, if it's possible, to sort of be creative, if you can, about the way that you move forward. Find something to inspire you, okay? On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Empress. This is lovely. This is nurturing. This is, possibilities. This is taking inspired action. So you're working your way out of whatever this is, this stuck, this feeling confined, constricted, this conflict. Whatever that is, the obstacle, you move out of it and away from it, but just be sort of hip to the fact that you don't get caught up in the woulda, shoulda, couldas. Just pull a couple of oracle cards for you now. You got the wheel and moving forward. Absolutely. Moving forward. Onward and upward, Ellen. And the disruption. So the cards are calling out what's happening, right? There's a disruption, a distraction, but ultimately moving forward. Right? Ultimately moving forward. So I hope that helps, Ellen, and I hope that you have a good March. I thank you so much, everybody, for being here and for joining today on the Pop-Up Unexpected Live. Well, it wasn't really unexpected, just at an unexpected time. Thank you for letting me read for you. There will be a video out tomorrow, so check that out, and I will be back. Not sure when, but I will be back soon, I promise. So until then, I thank you for joining me, and I wish you many, many, many blessings. Have yourselves a good day, and I will see you when I see you next. Mwah. Bye for now.